Please allow me to share a couple of moments. One of the reasons that this bond will work and work for a long time is the two are made for each other. Recently I was speaking with Jennifer about reflecting back when she moved to Chicago, and she had called me on the phone and said, Dad, I'm lonely, I'm leaving New York, I'm leaving my job, and I'm moving to Chicago. Now, fast forward to about a month ago, I asked her, Jennifer, weren't you a little nervous about leaving your job in New York, moving to Chicago, no job whatsoever? She replied, Dad, I wasn't nervous about that. I was nervous about moving in with a boy. I never lived with a boy before. And sure enough, I mean, you take that and you say to yourself that childlike innocence. And if there's a person in this room who possesses that, it's my daughter, Jennifer. And if you have it, hang on to it. If you had it once and lost it, find it again, because it's a beautiful thing. Nick, he joined our family. I met him when you guys were seniors, but I really didn't get to know Nick until they started coming up to Michigan together. And at that time, I lived on a lake. And for those of you who've been around boats or lived on a lake, you know how blessed you are. But by the same token, you're also cursed. And that curse is all the visitors, all the work that's involved. And our family, of course, was made up of a lot of women, and a lot of friends that they had were women. So it was a blessing to see Nick come along, because, you know, we were building momentum, and I had a worker. And you talk about work ethic. Nick would pound his way up from Chicago after a long day of work, and of course we had to keep working, whether it was preparing to go out on the water or cooking. And Nick, as we all know, is a great cook. Nick brings work ethic and such common sense and intelligence. This is a marriage that I pray lasts forever. And if we'll raise our glasses and all toast to their health. Hear, hear. Cheers. Hear, hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second toast this evening will be given by our best men, Andrew and Chris. You want to start with the ladies? Folks, at this time I'd like to introduce our two maid of honors, Elizabeth and Abigail Winters.
Hi everyone, Liz and I are so excited to be standing up here today. We have been waiting for Jen and Nick to get married for a long time now. For those of you that don't know us, we are Jen's little sisters. I like to refer to myself as Jen's mini-me. It's not just because of our fiery connection, though. And hi, everyone. I'm Liz. Jen and I are really close in age, so we've always been good friends, but over the last several years, we've become the best of friends. And although we don't share the same fiery connection, I am the Liz in the Jen-Liz pack. Jen, you played such a vital role in showing what it looks like to love others. You've always been so independent, and you've always gone after exactly what you wanted. So the start of that, we would have to say, is when you decided to go to New York. I'm a little bit convinced Dad may have stole our speech last night, but I would say that the start of that was when you decided to move to New York on a limb with an unpaid internship, taking a huge risk of following your dreams. While you were there, though, you realized your dream was to live with the love of your life forever, Nick. And while that was happening, Nick, Abby and I knew you as a frequent visitor at the lake in your red truck.
and we just knew you as someone coming to visit Jen while we were up there with you.
So while Liz and I were writing this speech, we really took a look at all the memories we had. And we had a lot that stuck out to us, but specifically for me, what really stuck out is one time at the lake, Jen and Nick walked downstairs to a bonfire and they had matching sweatshirts on. Nick wasn't super thrilled about it, but Jen, as you can imagine, very, very excited. There were pictures. And in that moment, I realized this guy, he wasn't going anywhere. And that one day he was definitely going to become one of our brothers.
And so you all probably don't even remember this memory that I have, but one that really stuck out to me was a few years back. We were on vacation in Florida, and Nick and I were sitting out on the patio just chatting, waiting for Jen. As she was getting ready, we're in mid-conversation, just chatting away. Jen walks out, and we just stopped talking completely. He turns around at Jen and says, "Baby, you look so beautiful." Mid-conversation, and it was like they were the only people in the world at the moment. And it was at that moment that I thought, you all have a rare, rare love that is so, so special. And Nick, we have considered you, Abby and I have considered you a part of this family for years, and we're so happy that today it's official. And at the beginning, Abby and I mentioned that Jen has always played a vital role in showing her and I what it looks like to love well. And Nick, you love well. And thank you for loving our sisters so well. And so if everyone could raise your glasses and cheers to the happy couple.
Cheers. Cheers.
And ladies and gentlemen, our final toast this evening.
Thank you, winner ladies. That was wonderful. Another round of applause for them. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. So girls are very organized, so they plan their speech together. Chris and I are going to deliver a little separate speech, and we'll keep it short and brief. That way we can get on the dance floor. So first, we want to thank everyone that came out tonight. I know a lot of people came from all over the place, and it just shows the love that you guys have for Nick and Jen, and the love that I came to know from Nick growing up. Nick is my older brother, and I couldn't ask for a better influence in my life. You heard Jen's dad talk about Nick's work ethic, and that was one of the most influential things for me growing up, watching an older brother that would commit himself to something and really go after it and truly commit and go out there and earn it and do it. You look at someone that went to school here at Western and decided that's not all he wanted to do. He wanted to take his passion to go to chiropractic school. And any of you that have taken that path know that it's an extremely challenging path. Going down there and doing extended and continuing your education, and long hours and long days, and being able to watch my brother do that just really motivated me as I was going through college and after college to really follow my dreams. And a couple of those that happened was, moving across the country for my career and really understanding what it took to get to the different levels within what I'm doing through my work life and personal life. And a lot of that influence came from looking at Nick and Jen. One of the things that influenced me the most about Nick and Jen was from a relationship standpoint. So when they met each other at Western, they kind of parted ways. Nick went to Palmer to go to chiropractic school, and Jen went out to New York. And little did I know that my relationship would follow a very similar path of a long-distance relationship. So being able to look at how Nick and Jen handled themselves and were able to love each other all the way through it, and really know what was most important is what I learned. So my girlfriend Kendra had taken an opportunity with her company down in Florida, and it was one of those things that I was very scared about going down there right away, and waited for an opportunity to transfer down there with my company. and we were apart for a year. And I really, anyone that's done a long distance relationship before knows it's very tough. And I definitely turned and looked towards Nick and Jen and how they handled themselves through that as motivation to going after what you care about and what you love about. The first time that I had met Jen was on a road trip back from Canada back to Chicago, and we had stopped by Western Michigan for a night, and I didn't really know them very well at that point, but was able to meet Jen for the first time. I got to know them the best of when Jen moved to Chicago. The first place they were living at was in the Lakeview neighborhood, right by Merced Harbor. And my really good buddy had a boat right at the harbor, and they were very nice to let me come over there unannounced quite often, where be out on the boat all day long and happen to show up oftentimes on like a Sunday evening, and let me crash on their couch and spend time there. And it was really, really nice to get to know them a little bit better. I always say that I'm from Chicago, but we live out in the suburbs, so when I say I'm from Chicago, it's when I go down and visit them and live vicariously through them in Chicago. But really wanted to thank everyone for coming out tonight. Nick and Jen have an amazing love, a love that I know is going to last forever. It's been going on for a long time, and as the ladies pointed out, tonight it just makes it official. But I'd like everyone to raise their glasses, toast Nick and Jen. Just want everyone to have a wonderful evening here tonight, spending time with friends and family. We all really appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Just a toast to Nick and Jen, the beautiful couple up here, to love and happiness. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we get one round of loud applause and congratulate all of our wonderful toasts tonight of Charlie, Andrew, Chris, Elizabeth, and Abigail. Oh, we got one more? I thought you guys were doing it together, sir.
Nope, not doing it together. Just kidding. Alright, well, considering you thought we were done, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, I am Nick's youngest brother, Chris, and obviously, maybe you may have not noticed, we have a pretty big age gap of 7 years. So, being able to, especially as I got older, grow up and look at him to kind of, monitor and make, do my life similar to what he was doing and create different memories. I modeled my character and all my traits after him, so I'm just going to go ahead and share a quick story about my life or one of my experiences and memories that I had that, for some odd reason, I can't get out of my mind. So, maybe my parents and everybody will remember it, but it luckily kind of fits in very well with the message and the homily that Father Randall was speaking of today, of being selfless and always making sure that you're kind of, caring for other people and not always caring for yourself. So this kind of story goes back to, I was 10 years old, maybe 9 or 10, 11. So Nick was 17, and it would just so happen to be my birthday. It was a great day. We were laughing. We had dinner, went wrapping gifts, and my family started joking around with me and teasing me, and I don't know why, but for some odd or any reason, I got really upset, super upset. I think I started crying, to be honest. I don't know why, but so I in the middle of me unwrapping my gifts, I ran off and ran to my room, very upset. But I honestly, I remember the story, but I can't remember why I was so upset at my family for teasing me. But so I was upstairs, super upset in my room and crying. So Nick came up, I remember, and started talking to me, and we left, and we went out in his car. He probably just got his license. He was no older than probably 17. We went for a drive, and I remember we stopped in a parking lot, and we were talking about why I was so upset, and he was able to calm me down, and we talked it through, and then being a good older brother that he was, he let me drive his car around. He let me drive his car around the parking lot. Not long, just around the parking lot. And he really just, that just goes to show the character trait. I mean, at 17, he was a super selfless guy, always thinking of other people. And it was just so funny when Father Randall was talking about, this during his homily. It fit perfectly into kind of the story. So I wanted to share it, and it just so happened. It was a story that I can never forget. Between Nick and I, and obviously having a huge age gap between us, we don't have tons of memories. I mean, he's always been a lot older than I have, and for those of you who were at the rehearsal dinner last night, you all know how my dad and I met Jen. It's being, since then, I mean, I've obviously seen all the love and the compassion that Nick shows for Jen and Jen shows for Nick. So I am obviously super excited and thrilled to be a part of this and for this to actually finally happen after 10 years. So obviously, again, Jen, welcome to being a Bernazos. I'm sure you already know what that brings, and it's definitely a fun family to be a part of. So Jen, welcome. Nick and Jen, I wish you nothing but the best and a happy, long marriage. So raise our glass. Let's toast.
Quick PSA, for any of you social media fanatics, Abby was kind enough to get a geo filter on Snapchat for Nick and Jen's wedding. So as you're here doing your Snapchats tonight, you can do your geo filter. It says Nick and Jen's wedding. They are not Sanjeev and Terry, that's the wedding next door. But yeah, check it out, it's pretty cool. Thank you, Abby, for setting that up.